Good morning everyone, welcome to Friday's Assembly. It's so good to have you all with us this morning. Today is Friday the 5th of November and today some people will be celebrating Guy Fawkes Night with lots of fireworks and celebrations, and some people will also be celebrating Diwali yesterday and today. And Diwali is a special Hindu festival all about colours and lights as well, so lots of bright cheery things to think about over the weekend. Now we're moving on to our Makaton sign of the week, and this is about going to the toilet. So if you need the toilet, you do that sign. You can practice it there, and you can have a little look at the video clip to go with it just now.
Hello. Hello. Today's sign is toilet. Toilet. So there's two ways you can sign toilet. Toilet. That's it, brilliant. Toilet. Although most people these days prefer toilet. Toilet.
Right, give it a try.
Well done. So toilet.
Toilet.
Or
Toilet.
Yeah. Right, should we say goodbye to everybody?
Right,
Bye.
well done everyone, give it a try.
See you soon.
Our language of the month is German, and last week we did some counting in German. So let's try the counting and we can do it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can also say ich heiße, and then you were putting your name beside that for your name. And we also learned a little bit about how you were feeling, and we asked wie geht's, which is how are you, how's it going, and you learned sehr gut, which was really good. Now this week you can also try out about your age, and you can say ich habe, and then you can put the number beside your age. So if you wanted to say that you are 8, you could say ich habe 8 Jahres, and you can try that and you put in the correct number. If you wanted to say you were 5, you would say ich habe 5 Jahres. Okay, you can try that in your class with a partner.
Good morning everyone. We are having a look at our article of the month, which is article 23. If you've not changed that in your classroom, could you make sure that on the wee board, could you rub out article 24 from last month and pop in article 23. And this is all about if you have a disability, you have the right to live a full and decent life with dignity. And we talked quite a lot last week about dignity and what that meant. Have a little look at the person in the picture, and in your class, put your hand up if you think you might know who this is and what the story is about. Because I know that some of you watched this on Newsround this week and you were horrified because you couldn't believe that this person couldn't access somewhere in particular, somewhere very important. So have a think in your class and put your hand up if you know. Okay, and I will tell you now. This person here is from Israel and she is part of the government. She is a government minister and her name is Karine El-Harar, and she couldn't get into COP26, to the big climate change meeting. She had been invited, but she couldn't get in, she couldn't access the meeting because she was in a wheelchair. Okay, they hadn't made it accessible to her. So have a wee chat in your class how you think she might have felt, what that meant for her dignity, and what could be changed to make it accessible. Now you might know the story that she did come back the next day because she had to go all the way back to Edinburgh where she was staying and then return the next day to see if it had changed in any way. And thankfully she was able to join in with COP26 the next day, but still it took her a very long time to get in and out of the building just because of the access. Okay, so you can have a little think about article 23 to do with this story, and well done to room 9 who highlighted this story, and they were so shocked that they thought it was important to talk about in the assembly for Article 23. Okay, now lots of this should be beginning to make some sense to you, because we've talked all about COP26. We know that we are thinking about climate action this term. Lots of you have been doing lots of good work in your classes. Some of you have been looking at the Outright campaign, where we've got our Paddington down here. Some of you have been thinking about the challenge that you have picked for the climate change challenge. But this week we are going to have a little look at our connecting classrooms. Okay, and for our connecting classrooms, if we have a wee look at the next slide, it's got some important information about what connecting classrooms means. Okay, if you have a little look, you can see a map of the world up here, and we've got Nepal, which is over here in Asia. Okay, and here we are up here. Here's the United Kingdom. So all the way across the world, we have Nepal.
You look like a weather lady there, Mrs. Prentice.
Did I? Okay, so if you have a look, that is our classroom that we are connecting with from the other side of the world. And the other day, Miss Shearer and I were very lucky to join a call online with one of the teachers from the school that we have been partnered with. Okay, it's in a small little village, and it's called Kids Heaven English School, and it's in this place here. I think it might be pronounced Rupandi, but I'm not quite sure. I think we'll need to work out, and we'll need to ask the next time we're in on the call exactly how to pronounce it. But we were having a wee chat with the teacher, and what we have to do is we have to try and come up with something that we can do to tackle one of the global goals. And the teacher there was saying that they are really interested in responsible consumption and production, really about zero waste, not having any waste. And I was saying that actually in our school, we can be quite guilty of wasting some things. We might waste some paper, we might waste food at lunchtime, we might waste energy when we leave lights on. There's
Colouring.
lots of things.
Colour.
Coloured ink
Yeah.
in the photocopier. Even the teachers are guilty sometimes of wasting things. So I would like you to have a little think about how we could maybe tackle this and link with the school in Nepal and think how we could go about working on a project together. If you have got any really good ideas, let your teacher know, let Miss Shearer or myself know, and we'll see what we can come up with so that we can have a good link with our school. Now we have a treat for you, because we actually have, if we go back one, Mr. O'Donnelly, we actually have room 9 telling us a little bit about the school in Nepal and a wee bit about Scotland, because what they decided to do was send a little video so that the boys and girls in the school over there could find out a wee bit about Scotland. So have a little listen to the video just now.
Hello! Hi, welcome. This is St John's Primary School. This is a school in Hamilton. Welcome to Scotland. Come on in. We have been learning about Nepal. We know that it's in Asia and it has over 30 million people in it. And the money they use is rupee. Scotland is in the United Kingdom. There is over 6 million people and we use pounds to pay for stuff. We are a gold rights respecting school and we know all about our rights. We have a playground, gym hall and dinner school charter to keep us safe. Each month we have right of the month and we learn about it all month. Welcome to room 9. Take a look at our classroom. Is it different from yours? What's it like in Nepal? We would love to hear all about it. Bye!
Okay everyone, have a look at the photograph on the screen. We have some of the RRS steering group who were involved in something called The Moment last week, all to do with COP26. But I'm not going to say any more. I'm going to let them tell you all about The Moment and what happened.
Hi, we're some people who were a part of The Moment with Monica Lennon. Monica Lennon is an MSP and The Moment is where lots of different schools from Scotland come together and discuss what we think about COP26 and climate change. We are going to share some of the things that we've discussed on the call. As you know, there is a lot of rubbish and broken glass near our Park and Stride route. Each school had to present a question for Monica to answer. Our question is, what can you do to make the Park and Stride cleaner and safer?
The reply we got for our question was that Monica knows the Bent Park very well and was willing to come out to visit our school to see what she can do to help our environment around our school be very clean. She lives nearby, so she said it would be no problem to help out. The call was very nerve-wracking, but we did our best. This was a very big opportunity for our school. There was a lot of good questions on the call, but I think our question was the best. We got a very good feedback. I hope everybody is looking forward to Monica Lennon coming. A question we never got to ask her was about road safety. We'll keep you updated on when Monica Lennon is coming to visit school.
Boys and girls, got a treat for you. Room 6 came to see us last Friday to tell us that they had written some really amazing stories, and they were using their Talk for Writing strategies to do that. Now, they just missed last week's assembly, so we managed to catch them this week and we filmed them. You're in for an absolute treat. I want to say a big thank you to Clive for being the cameraman during this filming, and just sit back and enjoy Room 6.
Once upon a time, there were a police officer called Rosie, and she went out the ice palace. No, she went in the ice palace. Okay, in the ice palace, round the chandelier, over the stairs, past the door, through the ice, under her bed, and back home to eat her dinner. Once upon a time, there was a fox and a wee fox going out on a wee walk before dinner. They went after dinner. They went past the river. They went over the rocks. They went past the tree. They went through a tunnel. They went under a cave. That's it. They went through a cave, under a cave, and back home, back, and they died for their dinner. Once upon a time, there was a princess called Rosie. She decided that she wanted to have a bite in her trampoline. She saw a beach. She saw a volcano. She saw her house with her mum. She jumped onto the sun and she saw her parents getting back home to eat her dinner.
Well done.
There was a princess called Rosie. She jumped on her trampoline. She saw a beach. She saw a volcano. She saw her house with her mum in it. She jumped onto the sun. She saw her favourite spot and she went back home to eat her dinner.
Well done, guys, that was fantastic. Room 6's stories. Have a look, everyone. Hi, boys and girls. Want to give people a wee reminder and also say a big thank you at the moment. As you know, we have had our appeal for the Hamilton District Food Bank, and we have been collecting lots of different things like board games, jigsaws, colouring books and crayons, new books, disposable razors, shaving foam, all things like this, which the boys and girls and all the members of staff have actually been bringing in. And these are actually to go to very, very good causes, people who actually need them. Now, there's still time to bring things in. So please, if your family have got any of these at home, I would like to donate things like colouring books and shaving foam and disposable razors. You're more than welcome to bring them in and we would be absolutely delighted. So please do that. You have until the 3rd of December to do that.
There's
So
a wee list in the class, Mr O'Donnelly,
Is there a
so
list
that they
in the
know
class?
what they're
Perfect.
bringing in.
So your teachers will be able to remind you what you have to bring in, what you're not to bring in. You're not to bring me any huge gifts. It's not about that. It's about bringing things for the Hamilton District Food Bank, and the list is in the class. Boys and girls, well, we have enthusiastic people, and we have a winner. Don't we, Mrs. Prentice?
We do indeed.
We have a winner for our house points. Now, the people who were the most enthusiastic were, drum roll please, I'm reading lips. It was Iona. Well done to Iona. Give them a round of applause.
Well done,
everyone.
Iona.
Round of applause. Now, I still want you to be enthusiastic next week. Still want you to be enthusiastic. But you're also going to have a different focus, and your focus is about sharing. And sharing sounds as if you're talking about sharing sweets and things like that. That is a sort of sharing. But really we want you to be sharing your time with people. We want you to be sharing your care and your consideration for people. Bringing people in, letting them play with you. Going and playing with different people. Just sharing your time, sharing your care, and sharing your enthusiasm for your life at school with everybody. So we're looking out for the people who are going to be sharing most this week. Good luck with that, everyone.
Now, we have got a number of awards this morning to give out to people who have been working exceptionally hard in school. And the first award goes to CJ Ballantyne in room 14 for working so hard with all of his literacy work. So well done to CJ. Then the next one goes to Summer Douglas for contributing enthusiastically in all lessons. That's lovely, Summer. Great news. Then we've got one for room 15, and it goes to Sophie McBride for always taking on roles of responsibility with enthusiasm. So that's really nice, Sophie. Good for you. Then we've got one from room 14, and it goes to Elliot Holly Burton for always helping out with lots of different ways with people and jobs in the classroom. Well done, Elliot, that's lovely. Now we've got one from Mrs. Sharples, and it goes to Joshua Ruff for achieving the highest accuracy scores in NESE this week. Well done, Joshua, you must have been working really hard on your spelling. And now we have got one to Lucy Archibald for super understanding of mental and written addition. So great news to Lucy as well, really proud of you. And we've got some reading awards now. Our first reading champion goes to Jonathan Wilson, and that's for improving the speed of his sight reading. So that's great news to Jonathan. Another one goes to Kai Whitehead in room 13 for excellent listening during story time in the library, and that's from Miss Primrose. Well done. And one to room 11 to Brandon Banks for remembering to return his library book every week. Well remembered, Brandon. I think we'll need to get you to help us downstairs to remember things as well. And now we will go on to our Be Kind awards, and we have got two here, both from room 13, and one goes to Kai Whitehead and the other one goes to Caleb Nichol, and both of these boys have been showing great kindness to their classmates, so well done, boys. If you reached gold this week in class, if you got the little gold star on your jumper, if you can stand up please, and everybody in class, if you can give them a round of applause. Well done. And now we're moving on to joyful jokes, and have a listen to some of these. I know they'll make you smile.
How do you call a bear with no teeth?
A bear with no teeth? I'm not sure.
A gummy bear.
A gummy bear. Well done, Gaia.
What do you call an alligator wearing a vest?
I'm not sure. What do you call an alligator wearing a vest?
An investigator.
Well done.
What do you call a cow during an earthquake?
A cow during an earthquake? I'm not sure, Lucy.
A milkshake. Have you heard about the magician that fell through the floorboards?
No, I haven't heard about the magician that fell through the floorboards.
Well, he was going through a stage.
What did the drummer call his two daughters?
I'm not sure, Madison. What did the drummer call his two daughters?
Anna 1, Anna 2.
Anna 1, Anna 2.
What did the pencil say to the other pencil?
I'm not sure. What did the pencil say to the other pencil?
You're looking sharp today.
Well done. And lastly, Jaden.
Why did the ghost fly across the road?
Don't know. Why did the ghost fly across the road?
Because it didn't have feet.
Well done, everyone.
Now, we just wanted a few reminders to keep everybody safe over the weekend, because you may be going to an organised event tonight, or you might be having some celebration in your back garden. So stay safe on bonfire night, and we've put up some of the very clear rules that we need you to stick to. And the first one is, do not touch fireworks. Always let a grown-up do the lighting or going back to them. Do not ever go back to one that you've lit and it hasn't gone off. Stand well back from the bonfire, because lots of sparks can come out and you don't want any accidents. Never go near a firework after it has been lit. So if it hasn't gone off or made a loud bang for any reason, don't go close to it. Go to a different area of the garden to light the next one. If you have to have a sparkler, just hold one at a time and make sure that you've got a pair of gloves on so that your skin is protected. And the last one is, if you've got any pets, keep them indoors so that they're safe, because sometimes pets don't like the big bangs of the fireworks. Now, if we're having a wee look here, this is also about being safe, although the picture might give you a clue. What we have noticed, particularly at lunchtime, is when people are leaving the dining room and they're going back to the toilets or to class for some reason, they are running. And we've got lots of people running along the corridor at times, and sometimes they bump into us, sometimes they fall over and skin their own knees. So we want you to walk, and the Makaton sign for walk is just like this as well. And we need to remind everybody to walk all round our school. It's okay to be running in the playground, because that's where you're meant to be having fun and exercising. It's okay to be running in the gym hall, but it's not okay to be running along our corridors. So please remember that. Now, the Tidiest Playground Award. You've been working hard at this. The boys and girls have been going out to check, and we would like to say thank you to our playground monitors for collecting rubbish and making sure that it's all beautifully tidy. And the playground that they had to collect the least rubbish from is room 14, primary 6, 7. So Mrs. Jameson can choose a time that suits her.
Sorry, Mrs. Hope, it's all of 6, 7.
Oh, is it all of 6, 7?
Oh yeah,
back
all of them.
All of the back playground, oh sorry.
Mhm.
So that would be room 12, room 13, room 14 and room 15 can all pick when it suits them to go out for an extra playtime, and you can have 15 minutes of running about. You might want to use the front playground, you don't even need to be on your own at that time, and you can enjoy that. So well done to all of primary 6 and 7. Now, today I've got lots and lots of lost property, and it's all sitting downstairs in the parents' room. I've washed it all, I've hung it back up, but what I would need you to do is to come and claim it, because look at all of this stuff. It belongs to all of you. Must cost mums and dads lots of money to keep replacing this. So what I would like you to do is to come down. We'll put the rails out at 3 o'clock for mums and dads to see. We'll send a message out to remind mums and dads. But if you think you've lost a cardigan or a jumper or a coat, please come and check. And lastly, happy birthday. If you've had a birthday this week, if you would like to stand up and everybody in your class can give you a round of applause. I do hope you have a lovely time. Enjoy yourselves and be safe tonight.